Howdy folks, Matt here with Gulf Coast Fit. Running through a little upper body pump today. I'm doing a push-pull superset. The push exercise is a dip, and this is kind of an incline dip. I'm going to elevate my feet, and you'll see here how I've fashioned a dip station with a couple of stools and a cooler. And you know, we like to say the world is your gym, so you can really figure out how to do dips anywhere, in between a couple counters, a couple stools, a couple chairs, or of course you can do dips on some parallel bars in the gym, some V bars, on a Roman chair, an assisted dip machine. You could even do ring dips, any type of dip variation really. And the pulling exercise is an upright row with bands. So once again, any type of upright row, but here I am somewhere without a gym, and I like to get creative and have a lot of fun with unconventional types of gym equipment. And I'm using bands for my upright rows. You could totally use a kettlebell, you could use a couple of dumbbells, you could use an easy curl bar or a barbell, or you could use some bands, works great. So the structure of this upper body pump, push-pull circuit, we're doing 5 sets of each, and we're alternating between each exercise. So I'm gonna start with the dips, and your rep range really can be anywhere from 10 to 20 reps, depending on your level of experience with these exercises. Keep in mind the dips are much more challenging than the upright rows. The upright rows, and this is intentional, will have a fatiguing effect on the dips. So you can expect that the dips will be much more challenging than they typically would be. That's why some form of an assisted dip might be appropriate. Than if you were not supersetting your pressing exercise with an upper body pulling exercise. And although the upright row is the pulling exercise, you still incorporate similar muscle groups that you use in the dips, namely your anterior deltoids. So the dips are mostly, I'm thinking of it as a chest exercise, but of course you work the delts, anterior delts and triceps as well. The upright rows, I'm classifying that as an upper back exercise because that's why I do it, but it also hits the forearms, biceps, and all 3 heads of the deltoids. I really like upright rows for the external rotation at the top of the upright row. At least that's how I like to execute them. So like I was saying, anywhere from 10 to 20 reps of each, and you really just want to see where you fall on each round. So you might do 15 reps on the first round of each, and then you might need to go down to 13 reps or 12 reps, or maybe you start at 20 reps of each, and then you go down to 15, or the reps may not be equivalent for each exercise. Everyone's a little bit different. So you're getting 5 rounds of each. That's 10 sets total. And you really want to prioritize density. This is volume and density. We're going for a muscle pump. So you don't want long rest periods in between each lift. Try to keep your recovery periods of 30 seconds or less. I'm going to try to take about 5 long recovery breaths before moving on to the next lift or next round each time. So 5 rounds, 10 to 20 reps of each. Let's see how it goes. And you'll kind of see how I've fashioned my dip station here. I'm elevating my feet behind me, not only to give me a little assistance, but to also facilitate a little bit more of a chest activation in this. So here we go. Round 1. Fight. It's slippery. Alright, so I got 20 there. That doesn't mean I'm going to get 20 on my next round. We'll find out. I've got a couple different size bands here. Might use the big one, then the little one. Might combine the two. First I'll start with my larger band of the two. So that's probably about a 5 rep recovery. And here we go. Don't worry, I'm coming for you. And the reason that you're over here is that I've got to keep my phone in the shade right now. Otherwise, you'll turn off on me real fast. You'll overheat. All right. Things happen. Right back into it. Right back in the saddle. So I'm going to end up hitting 20 reps. And I got 12 while you were falling over on me. So that makes 20. Now I'm going back into my dips, round 2. Let's see where I get. See, I'm leaning forward to promote engaging the chest a little more. I got 20, but just barely. Woo! Now those 20 upright rows were a little easy, so I'm going to double up and use 2 bands this time. I also had a little extra rest coming to rescue you. So here we go. 10 to 20 reps. See where we get. I'm always focusing on incorporating a little external shoulder rotation at the top of the upright row, where I pull my shoulders back, tucking my scapulas down and back into my back pocket. Breathe. Always recommit to your breath. We got 5 more. That was about 20. Keep it to 5 breaths. All right, top of the 3rd round. We'll see where I get this time. I got 18, 17 and 3/4. Whew. And that was pretty close. That was technical failure there. Very close to absolute failure. Getting a little sloppy. Keeping it to 5 breaths again. Couple more. All right, bottom of the 3rd round. Biceps, deltoids, traps, forearms, shoulder rotation. As always, this is a standing plank. Brace your core, brace your quads, flex your glutes, flex your abs, chest up, stand tall, little posterior pelvic tilt of the hips. Give yourself a definitive bicep and forearm contraction at the top. Get a few more. That was right about 20 again. Kind of surprised I made it there, but it definitely wasn't more than 20. But it could have been 18, 19, or 20. Once again, keep it to about 5 breaths recovery. Even though I'm cheating myself a little by talking to you. This is the top of the 4th round. I got 20, 20, and then 17 and 3/4. The localized fatigue is definitely settled in. Pecs are pumped. And here's round 4. See what happens. Yeah, make sure you're looking down at the ground, no matter what type of dip you're doing. That helps keep your shoulders safe, helps you engage and recruit your pectorals more. Oh shit. Whew. That was only maybe 13. Wasn't counting exactly, but I know it's between that 10 and 20 mark. And here on round 4, that was closer to 10. That's to be expected. It's a doozy, but it's short. Again, upper body push-pull pump superset, 10 sets. It is about density. We are not fully recovering. So, if you happen to get 20 reps on all 10 sets, you were probably A, recovering too long, or B, not going heavy enough on your upright rows. The upright rows really dictate how the dips go. The opposite is not exactly true. Implementing a little bit of cheat just for the sake of the pump and to get my reps in. Ooh. Shoulders are jello, pecs are jello. Ready for round 5. Cherry on top round. This is what it all comes down to. The last set should always be your best set as far as what you get out of it. Doesn't mean you're going to do the most reps or the most weight or even the prettiest reps, but what you give at the finish line, especially on this type of a pump exercise, the superset, it really is everything. Here we go. All 4 sets led up to this 5th round. Oh, got 15. Oh, when you can pull it out of you to get more reps on round 5 than you did on round 4, then I think that you had enough grit to ensure that you made the most out of that 5th round. There we go. I'm gonna get to 20 no matter what here. Even if I have to implement a little bit of body momentum, a little cheat, because it's the end of the road. I don't need to worry about more dips after this. Even if I need to do a little rest pause, I'll get all my reps in on the last set. Oh, wow. Woo, nutty. Oh. Short and sweet. Little upper body push-pull superset micro session. I'm gonna get a little passion fruit in me, a little vegetable juice, get some sodium and sugar in me, because you don't get a pump and you really don't get the sarcoplasmic hypertrophy that this type of high volume, high density workout is meant for without having your blood sugar elevated to some extent. So if you got no glucose and no glycogen running through your system, through your veins, you're just gonna feel deflated. So here we go, try it out. Jump in a pool after if you can, that really helps.